Good morning, America. Holiday travel alert. Tens of millions on the move for Memorial Day as a dangerous storm moves in. Severe weather taking aim at the middle of the country and moving toward the East Coast. Thousands of flights already canceled or delayed. These passengers stuck on the plane for hours. As the busiest travel weekend in more than a decade gets underway, our team is spread out across the country, tracking it all for you this morning.
Also happening now, President Trump meeting with the world's most powerful leaders and talking North Korea.
It's a big problem. It's a world problem. It will be solved.
How is he being received? And the president's shove seen around the world. Also breaking, his son-in-law and top advisor Jared Kushner, now caught in the crosshairs of the Russia investigation. The major questions about his contacts with Russian officials.
Close encounter. A hunter out in the wilderness when a black bear moves in, charging right at him. His camera falling to the ground as they struggle. How he got away.
And third time's the charm. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers knocking off the Celtics, heading to the NBA Finals to take on Steph Curry and the Warriors for the third year in a row. The shot that broke Michael Jordan's record.
I think I fell in love with the game because of Mike.
And what King James is saying about his next big showdown.
Welcome to my house.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
And we do welcome you to our house.
Yeah.
Good morning, America. Happy Friday. Good to see David.
Good to be in the house.
How about King James? This is the 7th year in a row that he is going to play in the NBA Finals.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
See, 7 years in a row, and you're there every. Kind of gets spoils you a little bit, I think.
Ready for the rematch. And who's ready for the weekend? A lot of people, millions already out there traveling. You're looking live at the roads this morning as Americans coast to coast head out this morning.
And millions more are taking to the skies. Take a look, live look, Reagan National Airport. Lines are already growing, as we see there. And AAA estimates more than 39 million Americans will travel more than 50 miles from home this week, and that's the highest number since 2005.
And, of course, the weather already causing some headaches out there. We're going to go to Ginger, who's tracking all those severe storms. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning, Michael. And yes, it is. Took me about 8 hours longer than expected yesterday to get in, so please do check ahead when you're doing your travel plans, because it's going to be a colossal travel weekend and, of course, a giant weekend weather-wise. There's that ominous, always ominous shelf cloud dangling over homes there in Maryland. Those storms causing those low ceilings that kept everybody delayed and on the tarmac, and unfortunately it's going to happen again. I think Boston up to the northeast is a problem here. Chicago's going to get into some rain today, and Denver, part of the severe weather threat for this afternoon and evening. So damaging wind and big hail definitely possible. This is a really large area on Saturday. I wanted to point out Little Rock up to St. Louis. Please watch out for this as this comes together for your Saturday afternoon and evening. I know you want to know about Monday, so please stick around. I'll be back in moments with that forecast, David.
All right, can't wait for that, Ginger. In the meantime, as we know, millions are hitting the skies, and that weather is already leading to so many delays and cancellations. ABC's David Curley at Reagan National Airport this morning, where we saw those growing lines. Morning, David.
Good morning, David, and you can see it is a heavy flow today and a lot of folks in line, and weather is complicating this, and it is going to be a record. According to the estimates, we're talking 4 to 5% more people flying this holiday weekend. That means if there were 100 people on your plane last year, 104, 105 this year. And for the summer season, which is just kicking off, it's only going to get busier. AAA is estimating that 234 million Americans are going to be hitting the skies over the summer season. That's a lot of folks that are flying, David. And the weather that we're talking about just in the last couple of days has been this complicating factor. More than 900 flights were canceled yesterday, more than 7,000 delayed. And of course, they're trying to deal with that today to get all these folks where they want to go for the holiday weekend, David.
Big dose of patience needed. And what about those new TSA procedures for screening carry-ons? I know they're testing them at certain airports. Where's that happening? Who should be aware?
So we're not seeing it here at Reagan. There are 10 airports around the country. They are testing new procedures where you have to take out any electronic device bigger than your phone, some food products, and even big books. And the problem here is that we are packing too much into our bags. So TSA is testing this new plan. LAX, Phoenix, Boston, some of the big airports where those tests are going on, David.
All right, thanks. I'm one of those people, by the way. The Ziploc bag's broken. I mean, I should just get a new Ziploc one of these days.
But what you should pack is a lot of patience.
Patience,
That's what
absolutely,
you should put in
no
there.
question.
Yeah. The roads are going to be packed this morning, so let's go to ABC's Eva Pilgrim, who's just north of New York City right now. How's it going out there, Eva?
Oh, Robin, it is moving. It's the busiest Memorial Day travel weekend in over a decade. AAA projecting 34.6 million people will hit the road. That's up 2.4% from last year. And you can see, check it out, we have two RVs here right next to us. People are getting out of the city. They are making their move for the holiday weekend. And there are some cars already trying to get where they're headed.
And what is the best time to head out?
Well, the best time varies from city to city. So if you haven't already left and you're not going to leave super late, you're probably going to hit some traffic. Friday usually is the worst day to travel. We all know that. It's pretty common sense. Everyone's trying to make the most of the holiday weekend. So be prepared to sit in traffic today if you're leaving today. And if you're coming back on Monday, that's another day you're going to have to sit in traffic. Everybody's trying to doing the same thing, Robin.
Do you have any suggestions, though, on how drivers can help themselves in being safe out there on the road?
Well, thing for being safe.
Yeah. One of the safe things you can do is not try to report from inside the car. You always have electronics problems, but our thanks to Eva and the whole team out there this morning.
Absolutely.
We'll check back in with her. We're going to move on to the other news here this morning, and another big headline, the Montana special election results coming in overnight, and the Republican candidate for Congress who's been charged with assaulting a reporter, throwing him to the ground, has won. Overnight, he spoke out about the confrontation. ABC's Clayton Sandel's in Bozeman, Montana, with much more for us. Hey, Clayton.
Hey, David, there were big questions about whether that explosive recording was going to affect the race here, but this morning, Montana voters have spoken.
This morning, Montana Republican Greg Gianforte is set to become the newest member of Congress.
Tonight, we won a victory for all Montanans.
His victory speech just 24 hours after allegedly assaulting Guardian reporter Ben Jacobs, who asked a question about health care and recorded this response.
I'm sick and tired of you guys. The last guy that came in here, you did the same thing. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. The last guy did the same thing. You were the Guardian? Yes, and you just broke my glasses. The last guy did the same damn thing. You just body slammed me and broke my glasses.
Gianforte's campaign originally blamed Jacobs, saying the reporter acted aggressively, an account disputed by a Fox News crew that saw the whole thing.
When Gianforte grabbed him by the neck, both hands, slid him to the side, body slammed him, and then got on top of him and started punching and then yelling at him.
The sheriff charged Gianforte, a former software executive, with assault. House Speaker Paul Ryan called for an apology, and overnight,
when you make a mistake, you have to own up to it.
Gianforte fell on his sword.
I should not have treated that reporter that way. And for that, I'm sorry, Mr. Ben Jacobs.
So far, Jacobs has not responded to that apology.
Gianforte will soon be headed to Congress, but first he'll be headed to court by June 7th to face that assault charge. Robin.
All right, Clayton, thank you. Now to President Trump, closing in on the final days of his first international trip. This morning, he's in Sicily meeting with the G7 leaders, which includes some of America's most important allies. And back here at home, there are two major developments. A federal appeals court has upheld the block on the president's travel ban. And the Trump administration now says they plan to take that fight to the Supreme Court. And one of the president's top advisors, his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is now a focus of the Russia investigation. We'll have much more on all that ahead. But first, let's go to our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, in Italy for more on the president's big morning. Good morning, Cecilia.
Good morning, Robin. Not a bad backdrop here for you. This is where the leaders of the 7 most powerful countries in the world are gathered today, hoping to try to tackle some of the most pressing problems. And behind the scenes, many of them have plans to lobby President Trump hard. This morning, President Trump in this scenic town in Sicily, rounding out his first trip abroad, meeting with world leaders like Japan's Shinzo Abe.
It's great to have Prime Minister Abe, a friend of mine.
Their focus, North Korea.
It's a big problem. It's a world problem. And it will be solved. At some point, it will be solved. You can bet on that.
But his presence on the world stage already making headlines for moments like this. The president appearing to push the prime minister of Montenegro aside, stepping to the front of the pack for a photo op. And this handshake with France's new president, Emmanuel Macron.
Congratulations, great job.
It went on and on. So long, it appears President Trump tried to pull away, their knuckles turning white. And he did not seem to make any new friends with his speech to NATO, the alliance he called obsolete during the campaign.
NATO members must finally contribute their fair share and meet their financial obligations.
The president telling them it's time to pay up.
But 23 of the 28 member nations are still not paying what they should be paying and what they are supposed to be paying for their defense. This is not fair to the people and taxpayers of the United States.
Some leaders laughing it off, others whispering, Canada's Justin Trudeau stone-faced. Yeah, many of those leaders looked very uncomfortable on that stage there. The president, though, is tweeting this morning. He is calling this trip very successful. He says that it may have saved the U.S. billions of dollars and millions of jobs. It's unclear exactly how this trip may have done that. The issue that he is sure to face behind the scenes this morning, David, climate change. Many of the European leaders here looking to push him hard on that one.
Yeah, big issues ahead and just a stunning backdrop behind you, Cecilia. Hope you get a chance just to enjoy a little bit of it. Always busy, Cecilia Vega. Thanks to you. Let's bring in our chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl, who's also traveling with the president in Italy. And John, first, the developing headline back here at home you're aware of involving the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, also one of his senior advisors. Now, his contacts with the Russians are under scrutiny in the investigation by the FBI. What have you learned? What are they looking at?
Well, here's what's going on. He is a person of interest to that FBI investigation. There is no indication whatsoever that he is a target of the investigation, but they will want to talk to him specifically, excuse me, David, specifically about his contacts during the transition with the Russian ambassador and also his contacts with a top executive in a state-owned bank, Russian state-owned bank. He's clearly going to have to deal with this. He's going to have lawyers deal with this. It's going to be a major distraction. But it's important to note, David, there is no indication that Jared Kushner is a target of this investigation. Simply at this point, somebody that they want to talk to.
All right, John, working around the clock for us. We also watched the president there telling NATO leaders that they're not paying their fair share for defense, not backing down. As some leaders looked at each other, some uncomfortable moments there. Now he's expected to face some tough questions at the G7 on issues where they don't see eye to eye either. You've watched how he's been received by the other leaders there. What are you seeing?
Well, it's been a tough reception. You know, the president went to NATO and delivered a very stern message, almost a lecturing message, telling them that they had to pay their fair share for collective defense. That's not surprising. That's something he said very strongly as a candidate. But it's what they didn't hear from him that was so concerning. He didn't come out and bluntly reaffirm America's commitment to collective self-defense. In other words, that an attack on any NATO ally is an attack on all NATO allies. He didn't say that. The White House says, of course, the president believes that and shares that commitment that has been around for more than 6 decades for the United States. But he didn't say it. That hurt. Now he's got issues like climate change, refugees, even how tough to be with Russia. On all of those issues, disagreements with our strongest allies here in Europe.
All right. John Karl and our entire team traveling with the president. Thanks to you all. Thanks, John.
And David, now to new arrests overnight in connection with the concert terror attack in the UK. British police carrying out more raids trying to root out a possible terror network. ABC's Matt Gutman is on the scene for us there in Manchester this morning. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Robin. Authorities say there are now 8 men total who've been arrested, all of them detained in connection to terrorism. And as authorities try to close the noose on any possible accomplices, they are scrambling to determine if there is a second device out there. In raid after raid, authorities here racing to roll up a possible terror cell, searches sweeping England. And for the first time, police with long guns patrolling trains. At one raid site an hour south of Manchester, as the bomb squad moved in, hundreds forced out of their homes and into the streets. It is now a global investigation. 8 men in custody in England, and the father and younger brother of 22-year-old Salman Abedi, who detonated that bomb, arrested in Libya. Authorities telling ABC News good progress is being made as they zero in on possible accomplices. They're now revealing more about his movements. In July of last year, video shows him in this North African robe. And just days before the attack at this shopping mall, wearing the backpack suspected to have carried the bomb. And Libyan authorities say just 15 minutes before detonating that device, Abedi called his mother and brother asking for forgiveness. And this morning, the last of the victims have been named, and at this memorial site for them, we found this Muslim man weeping.
It really, really breaks me.
He came here, he said, because of the mayor's message of unity. In the crowd, we tracked down the mayor.
So I want to introduce you to the man who came up to you earlier.
If we start thinking like that, we can start making a difference.
You're from Gloucester, you sound like a Mancunian when you're speaking right? Yeah, you're an honorary Mancunian.
Now the pressure is on that mayor and police here because this weekend the city is holding its biggest annual sporting event. That is, authorities have just learned that Abedi managed to get through multiple European airports without being picked up just 3 days before the attack. Robin.
All right, Matt, thanks very much. Michael?
All right, we're going to switch gears now. We all know that graduation season is in full swing, and Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg returned to the school he famously dropped out of, Harvard, to deliver the commencement address. Take a look.
Let's face it, you accomplished something I never could. If I get through this speech today, it'll be the first time I actually finish something here at Harvard. There is something wrong with our system when I can leave here and make billions of dollars in 10 years, while millions of students can't even afford to pay off their loans, let alone start a business. The challenge for our generation is to create a world where everyone has a sense of purpose.
Interesting speech. And he talked about his best memory from Harvard was meeting his wife, Priscilla. He thought he was going to get kicked out because he started a business there, and the counselors wanted to see him. He didn't get kicked out, but he said he was at a party his friend threw for him, and he saw his wife, and he said, hey, I'm going to get kicked out of here in 3 days. You have to go on a date with me. And it worked out.
Yeah.
I
think and he made billions.
Yeah,
I saw that in the movie. Yeah, I did.
That was good. That was a good read.
It's a true story.
It's a true story. All right, Michael, thank you. Now, you have the other top stories, and one that's developing right now.
That's right. It is a developing story unfolding right now, actually. Gunmen opening fire on a bus full of Coptic Christians. This is happening in Egypt. So far, at least 24 people have been killed, dozens more wounded. That bus was headed to a monastery. There was no immediate claim of responsibility. And you'll remember on Palm Sunday, ISIS attacked a church in Alexandria, killing dozens of people there. Also breaking overnight, more than 30 people were injured when their tour bus overturned in New Jersey. That bus was heading from New York City to Atlanta when it collided with a tractor trailer. All of the injuries, thankfully, are said to be minor. And some stunning figures this morning about Alzheimer's disease. The number of Americans with that deadly condition jumped more than 50% in a 15-year period. The Centers for Disease Control says America's aging population and longer lifespans have contributed to that increase. And a heart-stopping encounter between a hunter and a black bear has been caught on camera. Take a look as Richard Wesley was on a spring hunt in Canada. When he spotted the animal, it suddenly charges and he starts making loud noises. You hear him there to scare it off. He is knocked to the ground. Boom, the bear quickly ran off, and Wesley says he is grateful to be alive and that the bear just bruised his elbow and his ego.
Would have made louder noises.
Yeah.
Remember us.
Yeah, exactly. And then take a look at this. One reason to obey traffic signs. So, yep, you might end up in wet cement. The driver in Nebraska ignored those traffic cones thinking, I'm going to go around it. Yeah, it's going to cost him about $10,000 in damage done to the street. We're not even talking about the damage done to his car and perhaps his ego.
Yes, as well. That's right. Woof. Got to pay attention.
And he made
all-wheel drive.
Worse, actually. He actually made traffic worse after that.
And we're experiencing a lot of that traffic with this Memorial Day weekend. And Ginger, you were telling us it was tough for you to get back home.
Oh, so difficult. And this is still ongoing today. And unfortunately, it doesn't look great in the Northeast along 80, 95. This is Monday's forecast, I-10 up I-25. All right, that's Monday's forecast. But for now, we've got to go ahead and get the weekend getaways brought to you by the Ashley Home Store.
It's the final week of Ashley Home Store's Great American Memorial Day event with red, white, and bold savings up to 25% or celebrate with 60 months no interest. Plus, this week only, find incredible doorbuster savings. For a limited time, save on indoor and outdoor room packages. This beautiful dining set, reclining sofas, save on beds. Get 96 months no interest on Tempur-Pedic and Serta Eye Comfort, starting at just $25 a month at the #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer in North America, Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Well, out of this Memorial Day weekend, if you consider today one of your days off and part of the holiday, it will be the best of the bunch. Dry conditions, westerly wind that'll help dry us out. If any clouds rotate through, they could give us a little sprinkle, and you'll notice it's breezy, but closer to 80 degrees for today and the upcoming weekend. Now, we'll track some rain, even